Welcome home.
Pulcinella, have mercy, don't scare me like that.
Out of curiosity, what time were you planning on coming home?
I don't want to talk about this.
But we can't keep ignoring it. Marc, you've been drinking every night for the past 2 weeks. Sometimes I come home from work and you're already gone. What is going on?
You ever feel like you're wearing someone else's skin?
Like, I don't know. Everyone always says that life is a series of decisions, and I just feel like I've made all the wrong ones. And every day I know that I'm making these mistakes. I know that drinking is a mistake. I know that not looking for a job is a mistake, but I just can't stop doing it. There's just something that's pushing me forward. Some dark force is
making me do these things.
Why do you keep talking about this dark figure?
Because no one is listening.
We can't keep doing this. At least I can't. Remember to take your medication. I'm going to bed. I love you.
Penelope, wake up.
What? What is it?
I don't know what it is, okay? But this thing is following me, okay? It's controlling all my movements.
What are you talking about?
This giant dark monster that is standing literally right behind me. Are you telling me you don't see it?
So it says here that your girlfriend brought you here because you were seeing things. Would you care to elaborate on that?
What do you want to know?
Tell us about the dark figure.
It's, I don't know, it's a large, giant-like figure that just looms over me. Every move I make, he controls it. Everywhere I go, he follows. It can force me to do things that I don't want to do, or even understand.
Is he always in control of you?
Kind of. I mean, the dark figure controls me pretty much always, but sometimes it's more obvious than others.
How so?
The dark figure is always there, and I can make actions for myself, but I don't know if I just think that they're for myself. Because he'll make me do things that I don't want to do, but he's present when I do things that I want to do, so I don't know if I'm in control or the dark figure just leads me to think that I'm in control.
Then how do you know all this information?
Because I've always felt it. Now I can see it.
Thank you, Marc. Can you wait outside for a moment? Well, it is clearly a case of paranoia evolved into schizophrenia.
What is the course of action? Hospitalization or medication?
Well, firstly, I feel as though we should get him back on his medication.
Helinski, you heard him. He has no control over his actions, including actions he does not want to do. We need to hospitalize him. One bad day for him, and he could snap and make a bad day for the rest of us.
I'd like to do a private study with him.
Are you sure that is wise? Your last private study didn't end well, if I remember correctly.
I know what happened to my last patient. You don't need to remind me.
All Dr. Santos is trying to say is he seems to be in a very fragile state. We need to treat this patient very carefully.
We need to treat every patient carefully.
Fine. I'll sign him in to your own private care, but don't mess this up, LaRue. He's dangerous and needs to be handled without any kind of experimentation.
I'll handle him with the utmost care. And I think it is time that we stop looking at patients as bombs that are seconds from exploding. Please, sit. We have a lot to discuss. My name is Dr. Dorian LaRue. I'm a psychoanalyst here, and I specialize in control. When you described your case to me, it sounded vaguely familiar and reminded me of one of my previous patients. Does this image mean anything to you?
No.
Do you believe in the theory of evolution, Marc? Well, before we were sensate sapien, we were lignum sapien. We were wooden creatures in a way. Back then, it is theorized that the idea of free will was non-existent. We lived every single day looking above and seeing giants control our every move with objects similar to the one I showed you an image of.
I don't need a science lesson, okay? Just give me medication and I'll get out of your hair.
I'm not finished, Marc. Eventually, we evolved into what we are now and cut the strings from the control bar, never seeing the giants again. We evolved into having free will, though I think that isn't true. I believe that we evolved to not see the giants, yet they still exist to control us. My previous patient had the exact same symptoms that you have, Marc. She felt like she was out of control most of her life. Then one day she woke up and saw a large, dark monster controlling her every move. Sound similar? She and I became friends as I began to study her and as I came to this hypothesis. I believe that the giants still exist, and they just don't want us to know they exist.
Do you see the dark figure, Dr. LaRue?
No, I do not. But I believe we shouldn't dismiss the thoughts of those we don't understand. That's 7 years' worth of research. That's everything you are going to need to know to prove what I'm saying is true.
If everything you say is true, then why is it not known? Why am I just now hearing about this?
People don't want to know that they have no free will. Sometimes it is easier to accept a convenient lie than believe an uncomfortable truth. I don't think you are crazy, Marc. I think you are the next step in puppet evolution.
So I'm not insane?
You aren't insane, but your life has been fabricated. I have 2 options for you, Marc. These are the pills I used to treat my last patient. You can take these and the dark figure will disappear. You could ignore it, but it will always be there. Or I could treat you. During my old patient's final days, we discovered that they weren't 2 creatures, but 2 minds cohabitating in one body. Currently, you are sharing a body with the dark figure, and if you work hard enough, you might be able to control it. It won't be easy, but I believe it might be possible with my help.
Dr. LaRue, wouldn't your other patient not really appreciate her, experience being shared?
A dead woman doesn't care what you say about her. The choice is yours, Marc. Ignorance or evolution.
Marc? What are you doing here? I thought you were going to be hospitalized.
The doctors gave me some kind of new drug and released me. It's stronger than my old one.
Okay, let me know what you're thinking.